Hey everybody, I wanted to give you a little bit of information regarding your upcoming course selections. Sometimes the way things work here at Carlisle High School can be a little confusing, especially if you're coming in from a different district. So just take some time to go over this material, and then when you're done, there's a quick 8-question check about it to make sure you know all the important stuff. So this is how you're going to succeed at Carlisle High School. First off, you guys are probably aware of quality points. I just wanted to explain that real quick for you. So this is how it's decided how you pass a course. It's not based on your percentage accumulated over the course of the year. It's based on each letter grade at the end of a marking period being designated a certain number of quality points. An A is worth 4. A B is worth 3. It's even broken down by pluses and minuses, with B minus being 2.667 quality points. You need a total of 4 across 4 marking periods. So if you get a C and then another C, you now have 4 quality points and have passed the course. However, there is something called the X grade. This is our nuclear option as a teacher, where if you get that C and then another C from the first semester and you just shut down, well, we as teachers have the ability to fail you for the year due to massive amounts of missed materials. This does exist. It is used. It's not something that gets used often. It's there for the students that decide to shut down in the last marking period or two because mathematically they've passed. This forces that student to go back and complete those assignments. It can be undone if you do the things the teacher is saying are required for you to pass. Now, to graduate from the high school, there's a few things you'll need to have. After 4 years, you'll need 4 credits in English. So that's, freshman English, sophomore English, junior English, senior English. You'll need 3 credits in social studies, civics being one of those credits. Math, you'll need 3 credits, and science, you'll need 3 credits. Plus, you'll need 1 more of social studies or math or science. So, for example, your senior year, you'd be taking senior English and you could take psychology, and that could be your 4th social studies credit, and then you don't need to take a math or a science class. I graduated from Carlisle High School. These expectations were the same back then. I took a social studies course my senior year. I didn't take a math. I didn't take a science. Some other things, some arts and humanities, phys ed, health, safety ed, and other electives throughout your time here. There are different requirements if you are involved in the Careers and Technology Education program. Now, social studies specifically. The standard track is you start in U.S. history, you go to world history, then you go to civics, and then you maybe take an elective your senior year. It does not have to follow this track, especially you students that are coming in from other districts. You have to have a conversation with your counselor to make sure you meet our requirements based on what you previously had in your other school. Now, you got some different choices within those. So if we're talking option 1, this is usually what we call the career track. It's core concepts, fundamental skills, very deliberate pacing throughout. Option 2 is the college track. It's broader, it's more in depth, there's more analysis, further interrogation into the concepts of the course, increased expectations, increased responsibilities. And then honors. This is for exceptional interest and ability. So the topics are going to be more advanced, higher expectations, higher responsibility, deep analysis of these concepts that you'd be studying. There's going to be a special focus on primary sources, which will be in the other 2 options, but even more so in an honors or AP level course. There's going to be more homework. History courses, social studies courses usually require a history day project if you are involved in that honors or AP course. And there's usually a special meeting that's going to come with it. You'll get more information about those special meetings to get the information you need. So, you may see that you have received a course recommendation from me and from your other teachers as well. These are simply recommendations. They are not what you have to take next year. That they are decided based off of the types of skills and things I've seen so far from you guys this school year. And the final decision really comes down to you, your parents and guardians, and your high school counselors. And you decide what you believe will lead you to the best success next school year. Some electives that social studies offers. If you're a 9th grader watching this, keep this in mind down the road. 10th graders, you're going to be eligible for these as well. 11th graders, these are that 4th credit in social studies that you could receive. So psychology, first and foremost, this is going to be good for any career path. This is the study of the human brain. This is a study of why a person does the things he or she does, why he or she thinks the things he or she thinks, and goes deep into those sort of concepts. This is a course that many students take and really enjoy. Sociology. This one's about society. So this is more about groups of people rather than a person. It will analyze various groups and institutions, why a people thinks and behaves the way they do. It interrogates things like public education, the institution of marriage, the idea of how various groups will interact with one another as well. Anthropology is a course that studies humans and culture and their past and their present, characteristics of the origins of those cultures, the physical movements of the various groups of people, social developments of the groups of humans throughout history and even modern day. World geography is going to study both physical and cultural geography, features of the globe, as well as how those features affect the people that live in and around them, how they've sculpted the current world and how the current world sculpts those features. Similarly, there's a new course being offered, Comparative World Religions. Now, this is something that you're going to be seeing in my civics class very soon as we talk about freedom of religion, because the school is looking at it from an academic perspective. What you are protected from by the First Amendment is the school pushing a religion. This is an academic look at various religions throughout the world, how they affect the people that are taking part in those religions, and how the people affect those religions, and how those religions interact with one another, sometimes peacefully, sometimes not so peacefully. And then this is my course, my civics students. You guys probably all received this as a recommended course. That was just me trying to push the idea of maybe you're interested in this. If you're enjoying civics students, our discussions on the aspects of civil rights and civil liberties, consider taking this course. A little more about it will be coming up in a little bit. AP courses. They're designed to prepare you for the advanced placement test and earn a college credit. There's going to be a good amount of homework each night. Higher expectations. There's AP European History, AP US History, AP Government and Politics. And if you take one of these courses, so this doesn't apply to my civics students, but if you take one of these courses, any of these courses count as your civics credit for your social studies track. All right, my course, Law and Modern Issues. This is an 11th and 12th grade elective, and this could be your 4th social studies credit. We talk about just what is law, where did it get its origins, how is it applied in societies. We take a long look at criminal law. We take a look at the idea of crime itself. We take a look at how law enforcement interacts with the law. And we take a look at the idea of a criminal trial and how that works and the rights associated with it. Then we get into civil law and tort law. These are the other aspects of law. Tort law specifically being lawsuits. Civil law can be anything from, estate planning to civil rights issues to the idea of business law or contract law, family law. We are taking a look at constitutional law and how civil rights and civil liberties found in the Constitution are interpreted by the legal side of American government as well as the Supreme Court. Normally, in normal conditions, we take a courthouse field trip where we see law in action. We will have a mock trial in normal circumstances where you guys get a role and we go through the process of planning for and preparing for and running a mock trial simulation. I get a bunch of guest speakers. Even this year, in current conditions, I had the Chief of Police of Carlisle. I had a state trooper. I had 2 attorneys from the Cumberland County Courthouse discuss their experiences over Zoom. We look at critical thinking skills. We look at major topics facing the United States and the world. That's the modern issues part of it. And that is built around a lot of what the students in that class are interested in. We have inquiry-based projects. We look at current events topics, and it's good for anybody that is considering a career in law enforcement, a legal career, political science, or if you're just interested in any of these things I've discussed. If you got more questions, feel free to reach out to me. Last thing, deadline is March 5th. Make sure you submit your course selections on March 5th, otherwise the counseling department is going to be coming after you. Now, even if you know that you are not going to be at Carlisle next year, you need to complete this anyway. There's 2 reasons why. Plans change sometimes, but another one is this may help your next school. If you know you're going to a different school next year, they may take a look at what your course selection options were as they build your schedule for next year. Maybe they won't, but maybe it will help them. All right, guys, that is all that I've got for you. So I will talk to you soon. Make sure you do your check, those 8 questions for it. Bye.